Hello, dear fellow human, with whom I share this mysterious journey of life and death and awakening. I'm Robert Beatty, and behind me is a picture of the Columbia River Gorge, which is about 15 miles from where I sit right now. And it's in Portland, Oregon, where I teach and live. I'm going to begin with a brief invocation by an early teacher of mine known as Atum O'Kane. And it goes like this. Deeply rooted in this living present moment, perceiving with a clear, open, spacious awareness, beyond fear and doubt, abiding in luminous equanimity, the path opens before me. I'm creating this video somewhat out of celebration because just today I've launched my new website, robertbeatty.com. Here's the address. And I've been working on it for at least 5 months with my web designer. And in fact, I've really been working on the content of it for 40 years since I began teaching insight meditation and mindfulness. I've launched the website, and it represents something I've been moving toward for years, stepping fully into teaching, a wise elder, practicing the traditional role that the Buddhists call Kalyanamitta, or spiritual friend, someone who walks alongside you in direct relationship. Now, if you're new to meditation, you've probably heard about the benefits: stress reduction, better health, better sleep, improved focus, emotional regulation. All of that is real. The research backs it up to the 0.01% level. Meditation genuinely helps with illness, pain, and psychological well-being. But here's what I've learned over decades of practice and teaching. If we stop there, if meditation is just about managing stress or performing better at work, we are selling ourselves short. We're missing what makes this practice actually worth doing. Because meditation isn't ultimately about improving yourself, escaping your life, or optimizing your productivity or pleasure. It's about learning to meet your actual life with wisdom and an open heart. It's about cultivating real love, not the sentimental kind, but the trainable capacity to wish all beings well, including yourself. It's about developing genuine compassion, the ability to meet suffering without being overwhelmed by it. The Buddha did not teach meditation so we could get through our inbox faster. He taught it so we could discover our capacity for deep connection, for joy that doesn't depend on circumstances, for presence with whatever life brings, the beautiful and the heartbreaking. Which brings me to February, which begins in a day or two. I'm offering 3 ways you can practice with me, starting in the next few weeks. All of them are hybrid, in person here in Portland and online. All of them operate on the Dana principle, which means suggested donations with a sliding scale. No one is ever turned away for lack of funds. Let me tell you about these 3 options. The first one, love and happiness. You can get much more information about this on the website, of course. It's a 10-week class starting February 18th on Wednesday evenings. We're going to work with the Brahma Viharas, the 4 practices or realizations the Buddha called the divine abodes. They are loving kindness, compassion, sympathetic joy, and equanimity. This course is for you if you're tired of half-hearted relationships, if you want to meet life's challenges, the difficult people, the losses, the disappointments, without closing your heart. If you've noticed you're quick to judge, slow to forgive, or you're carrying resentments that are making you miserable. Over 10 weeks, we'll train these capacities systematically. You'll learn to generate goodwill, not fake positivity, but genuine care. You'll discover how to stay open to suffering without being swallowed by it. You'll practice finding joy in other people's happiness instead of envy, and you'll develop the steadiness to stay present even when things are falling apart. This is not an untested theory. The Brahma Viharas have been tested by time. People have been doing these practices for more than 2,600 years. It's practical training that manages how you show up in life with your family, your colleagues, even with yourself. Love and Happiness begins Wednesday, February 18th. You can find much more information at robertbeatty.com, also in the links below this recording. Offering number 2, the Thursday gatherings, Mindfulness for the Awakened Heart. This begins February 26th, and it's the beginning of a regular Thursday evening gathering. This is ongoing community practice. Drop in when you can. We'll sit together, I'll offer some teaching, and we'll build the foundation of mindfulness practice, learning to be present, to work skillfully with difficult emotions, to pay attention to what actually matters. If you've been following my meditation teaching in any way and want more structure, more guidance, more connection with others on this path, this is for you. If you're new to meditation and want a welcoming place to begin, this is also for you. Thursday evenings, hybrid, ongoing, a place to land, a place to practice, and a place to belong. The third offering, Remembering Death. It's a one-day retreat, Saturday, February 21st. I know. I really know. Remembering death doesn't sound like a fun way to spend a Saturday. Most of us would rather do just about anything than think about our mortality. But here's what I've learned, and what the contemplative traditions have known for millennia. Facing what we most fear, the fact that all things end, that everyone we know will die, that we are all destined for death, actually opens us to greater joy, freedom, and love. When we accept impermanence and when we stop pretending we have endless time, something shifts. We stop postponing what matters. We forgive more quickly. We love more freely. We show up more fully for the people and moments in front of us. Remembering death doesn't make us morbid. It makes us alive. It cuts through our pettiness, our grudges, our endless postponement of living. It asks us, if you knew you had limited time, how would you spend today? Who would you call? What would you say? What would you stop wasting energy on? On February 21st, we'll spend the day together in person and online, with guided meditation, contemplation, video segments, and small group sharing. We'll work with these questions directly. We'll face what we avoid, and we'll discover that on the other side of that fear is a remarkable freedom. If you've been feeling stuck, if you're carrying regrets, if you're letting fear keep you from living fully, this retreat might be exactly what you need. All the details are at robertbeatty.com. So there they are, the 3 invitations. And if you've been wondering about going deeper in your practice, about individual meditation training where someone actually knows your blind spots and can guide you through the real obstacles in your practice and your life, that's the heart of what I offer. You can learn about that on the website too. Here's what I'd like you to know. Meditation practice changes lives. Not because it makes everything easy, or because it teaches us how to meet difficulty but because it teaches us how to meet difficulty without being consumed by it, how to meet reality, how to acknowledge how much suffering there is in life, and the ways to use wakefulness to transform that suffering into compassion and joy. It opens our capacity for love, for presence, and for meaning in the midst of everything we're facing. Please don't wait. Love and Happiness starts in just a few weeks. These offerings are real opportunities to step into a different relationship with your life. Visit robertbeatty.com, see what resonates, register, And if you know someone who needs this, someone struggling, someone searching, someone who wants to learn how to truly live, please share this with them. And here's the link. I hope to practice with you someday soon. So please join me for a few breaths. Maybe let your eyes close. Breathing in and breathing out, just as you have done ever since that first moment when your mother could no longer breathe for you. Be here. Inhabit this body, your body. Notice how it breathes. Notice how there are sensations everywhere you direct awareness. May all beings everywhere share in the merits of our practice. May we discover the great love and compassion and freedom that lie as we go inward toward our own hearts.